We can almost hear Captain Kirk saying Warp 5, Scottie. NASA's ALCUBIERRE warp drive initiative. This goes faster than the speed of light. Before we jump into this, you should know that a number of scientists are currently researching the feasibility of warp drive and EM drive, electromagnetic drive, and a number of other modes of faster than light travel. So here we go, Star Trek time. Most think that such forms of space travel simply are not viable thanks to the fundamental physics of our universe. So although part of this article is simply, oh my gosh, look at this amazing design, that's not the entire point. To that end, let's take a moment to break this all down a bit so we'll have an understanding of this physics, what exactly is being proposed in relation to warp drive and why it's met with such skepticism before we get too carried away. In 1994, physicist Miguel Alcubierre proposed a new kind of technology that would allow us to travel 10 times faster than the speed of light. So that's up to warp 10. I'm not a Scottie person, but who knows? Now, warp 10 times faster than the speed of light without actually breaking the speed of light. That seems a little contradictory, doesn't it? After all, we've been told time and again that light is the universal speed limit. Nothing in the cosmos can travel faster than that, much less 10 times faster than the speed of light. So herein lies the key to the ALCUBIERRE drive. When you use it, you aren't actually moving through space. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. So, stretching space-time in a wave causing the fabric of space ahead of the spacecraft to contract and the space behind it to expand. This is the ALCUBIERRE warp drive. The ship can ride on the wave to accelerate to high speeds and time travel. This technology would not actually propel the ship to speeds exceeding light. Instead, it uses the deformation of space-time permitted by general relativity to warp the universe around the vessel. Essentially, when the drive is activated, the space-time behind expands, while in the front it contracts. In this respect, the path taken becomes a time-like free fall. ALCUBIERRE ideas have led to a number of interesting thought experiments in the quantum field theory. However, as mentioned above, most scientists think that the technology will never actually work. When you think about it, that kind of it makes sense. Obviously, warping speed requires a lot of mass and energy, and ensuring that the space where you are located is not warped its tricky business. Indeed, the proposition was mostly just a thought experiment when it was first proposed, not something Alcubierre thought was actually viable technology. As physicist Sean Carroll says, in short, it requires a negative energy density which cannot be strictly disproven, but are probably unrealistic. The total amount of energy is likely to be equivalent to the mass energy of an astrophysical body, and the gravitational fields produced would likely rip any ship to shreds. My personal estimate of the likelihood we will ever be able to build a warp drive is much less than 1%. And the chances it will happen in the next 100 years I would put at less than 0.01%. Reference Jallo P. Nick. Now that said, scientists will likely be producing papers addressing these ideas for some time. We'll continue to cover them as they come out, and though things may look painfully dismal for this technology, who knows what the future may hold. But on the design, the ALCUBIERRE warp drive says the effect is general relativistic, speed subliminal, special space-time geometry, yes. Time travel to future, yes, that's ticked yes. Time travel to past, no. Matter transport, yes. Information transport, yes. Technically viable, yes. Possibly without exotic materials, yes. Low input power, yes. In 2010, NASA physicist Harold White revealed that he and a team were looking on a design for this faster than light ship, and this is the most recent design of what such a ship might actually look like. And as you can see, the ship rests between two enormous rings, which create a warp bubble. Artist Mark Rademacher worked on the project with White, and in the release, Rademacher asserts that he spent over 1,600 hours working on the design. The ship is called the IXS Enterprise, and it is meant to fit the concept of a faster than light ship. Mike Ukada also brought input and designed the ship's insignia. To give you some idea of just how awesome warp technology would be, a trip to the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, which rests some 4 light years from Earth, would ordinarily take over 17,000 years, but with the ALCUBIERRE drive, the warp drive, it would take a little under 5 months. For those of us who have a mental breakdown on 10-hour plane flights, 5 months might still seem quite a bit of travel time. But when we're talking about the vast cosmic distance between Earth and Proxima Centauri, a 5-month trip would be an achievement of monumental proportions. Keep in mind, it took Curiosity 8 months just to reach Mars. And this is from the Science News Reporter on Bended Reality. Now, that's assuming that, the light takes a lot of time to travel. I don't know how many light years Proxima Centauri is. Hopefully, when the spaceship gets there, the star will still be there, okay? Please leave me your comments, and thank you for your support.